Hey everyone, I just want to say, like what happened last time, I have restarted this video several times, and it gets a little discouraging each time, but I'm gonna keep at it. Oh, I feel like I'm losing my mind, but it is what it is. So, today I wanted to talk about why I named the channel Mind, Body, and Soul. And I had a whole bunch of thoughts of what I was going to say, and now they're kind of like out the window, you know? I want to try to make this channel of mine real, as if I'm just speaking to another person. And I don't want to have any bulletin points. I want to be vulnerable 100%. So maybe I should stop restarting the video every time I feel like I'm not doing a good job. But I'm only human, so I'm trying. This is my second video and I'm giving it my all. So bear with me if this is just a little scrambled and all over the place. So, my channel, what I would like to talk about is why I named it Mind, Body, and Soul. So, or to Jesus Christ. So, this is a way for me to express what Jesus has done in my life. I'm very shy when it comes to my testimony because I really don't like thinking about my past. I really don't like to think about the person who I was before Jesus came into my life. In my mind, I like to pretend I've always been like this. And then when somebody walks up from my past, I'm just like, that's not me, you know? That was someone else. That was my twin, you know? I'm just kidding. I would never say that. Obviously, I still talk to people, but I would like to pretend that they don't remember who I was before Christ came into my life. But, there's no rewind button, so I have to just get through it. And with Christ is going to help me get through it. I I don't think that my past is somewhat unique or even different from anybody else's past. Like we all have gone through things, and I'm just really embarrassed about mine. And it's just, I guess it's a little bit of a shame, or shame that I carry with me, because I just, like I said, I don't really like thinking about it. But one day on this channel I will share my complete story. But for now, back to why I named the channel Mind, Body, and Soul. So, my mind. I want to strengthen my mind. I deal with depression and I take antidepressants, and I've always wanted to know why. Like, nobody in my family takes antidepressants that I know of. And I kind of just felt like, why can't I be normal? Why can't I be normal like everybody else? Everybody seems to wake up with a smile, and there's me, like, gotta pop this pill real quick so that I can be happy. And it just sucks. And I know that's not how it is, people. I know it's not, but it's really hard to not tell yourself those things sometimes when you're having an off day. And so, working on my mind, I've been trying to understand why I feel certain ways. I'm also in therapy, and that lady, I am an advocate for therapy. That lady has helped me through so much and continues to do so. I refuse to let this lady drop me because I know when she does, I'm gonna need her. And then she ain't gonna have room for me, and I'm gonna panic, and then who knows what's gonna happen, right? I haven't thought that far. But she has helped me understand my emotions. She's taught me that anger usually hides emotions that we really wouldn't like to express. And I used to be, somewhat angry. I would get mad easily and I wouldn't understand. But as of late, when I would feel a type of emotion, I would try to understand why I feel that certain way. Um, for example, on Sunday at church, my husband had a friend come and speak with him, and he got up and he left. And I instantly got upset. And then I started thinking, why am I upset? I know this guy. That's my husband's friend. Why would I be upset? And I remember feeling a little bit of sadness, and it's like, why am I feeling a little bit sad? Well, let's as I'm sitting there trying to worship, I'm I'm deep diving of why I feel this way, and I say a prayer like, Heavenly Father, please help me understand why I'm feeling this emotion as my husband left. And it brought me to a place of feeling alone. And I think that's what Heavenly Father was trying to show me, that I in my childhood I dealt with a lot of loneliness. I was very lonely. And when my husband got up to um, go deal with what his friend was asking him to do, I felt a sense of loneliness, as if he was never going to come back. And let's be real, that sounds so childish, right? Like all he did was get up and go talk to a friend. And I felt this deep sense of aloneness. And in that moment, I realized I'm not alone. Christ is always with me. But also, I know my husband is going to come back, and giving myself that reassurance that just working through something, I'm not crazy. It might be little, but I worked through it. And I'm not gonna lie, a little pat on the back to myself, because I worked through that little thing. Like, I was, it brought a little bit tears to my eyes coming to this realization. Like, okay, I was upset because I deal with a lot of loneliness, and my anger is hiding my loneliness trauma trigger or whatever it is, you know? And obviously, eventually, my husband came back. So he had to go help a friend. Actually, there was a homeless gentleman in our church, and my husband has a ministry that he likes to reach out to the homeless and the people who are addicted to drugs and things. And he likes to reach out and help because he lived a lifestyle that way. So those people are very near and dear to his heart. So with any type of help, he's there for that. Which, I mean, awesome guy. Awesome. He's a real good husband. I am very blessed. I always tell my husband he is my biggest blessing from God, and I'm very grateful for him. Very thankful. So, yeah, that's how I've been working on my mind, working with God and my therapist, and working through past traumas and things like that. And another another little snippet that I was super proud of myself was oh, I'm black and Mexican, and I was mainly raised on my Mexican side of the family. So, all the Mexican cultures, Hispanic cultures, we drink our coffee and our bread in the morning together and things like that. And one morning, my brother-in-law was here, and he was upstairs in one of the bedrooms, and he was having his coffee up there, and I was super upset. Like, this guy doesn't want to come down and have coffee with me. Like, he doesn't want to have like a morning, like, let's have a little chit chat or whatever. And I was super upset. Like, it ruined my morning. And I was telling my husband all about it. I was like, babe, listen to my grievance about your brother. I was just running at the mouth. But as I was talking, I was like, I'm going to sit here and actually process this, because it's not a big deal, right? It's just a cup of coffee. Like, really, what am I complaining about? So I'm sitting there and I deep dive. What does a cup of coffee mean to me? A cup of coffee in the morning is community in my family. We sit there and we talk. And it felt like to me that he didn't want to spend the morning with me and my husband, whoever else was there. And it just felt a little disrespectful. And so as I had that realization, I told my husband, like, hey, guess what I just did right now in this moment? I came to this realization. I probably need to apologize to my brother in law for being a little crazy. But yeah, this is how I was raised. My family, a cup of coffee in the morning means, let's gather, talk about our day, talk about our night, how did you sleep, and what we're gonna do today type thing. And then my husband's like, well, in my family, how we grew up, a cup of coffee meant silence and alone. And so it was a mind-blowing moment, because I was getting upset telling myself a story that he just didn't want to spend time with me, or not that he didn't want to spend time with me, that he didn't want to have community with a cup of coffee like how I was raised. But really what he was doing, he was trying to just do what he was taught, and that means leave everybody alone and just have your own cup of coffee. I know, it's dumb. It was just a cup of coffee. I know that now, but in the moment, your girl was heated. Anyways, working through that, little things like that I've been working through, and it feels good. It feels good to go back to the root of why I feel this way, of these triggers, and to understand myself better, and to better manage my emotions if I were to ever feel that way. And also to better communicate how I'm feeling or why I feel that way, you know? Uh, mind, body, we're working on the body. So, if you guys may have forgot because I've been rambling, I'm talking about why I decided to name my channel Mind, Body, and Soul. And now we're on the body. And I don't know if you can tell by this camera, but your girl, she a little thick. And I want to live a long time. You know, I want to be a nuisance to my husband for as long as I can, you know? And that's not going to happen if I keep eating trash and not working out. And so I need to do something. So this year, all clean eating. I have cut out most of my carbs, you know, and it's really hard to do because bread, me and bread, we are like best friends. We were made together. And it's been a struggle, but I've been trying to um, replace it with something healthy instead of like reaching for that bread in the morning. I've been having like a protein shake or, you know, um, a salami stick, which is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, salami is pretty good. But yeah, I've been trying to work on my body, little workout routines, and so far I had a lot more energy and it feels good. I feel a little bit better about my body. I mean, obviously, it's not a big change. I'm not out there, you know, powerlifting or anything. I'm just little slight changes and being a little bit more active. Also, your girl, she was blessed with a chest, but nothing in the back. And it's flat like a wall back there. So, I mean, that's the first thing I'm going to work out. Just that's for my husband, you know. Anyways, um, and then my soul. I want to deepen my relationship with Christ. And I'm going to do that by getting out of my comfort zone, which starts by making these videos. I am so uncomfortable. I don't want to talk about myself. I don't want to talk about my journey. And I also don't want to talk about my past, like I mentioned, of how he helped me. And it's just crazy. I'm not going to lie, I do think about that time where Jesus met me in my mess. And that's such a powerful moment to me. But I've been keeping it to myself and not sharing it with anybody, really. I've shared it with my husband, you know, close people. But like I mentioned in my last video, the world isn't so kind. And there's some people might think you crazy out there talking about how Jesus helped you when people don't believe and that, oh, this mythical thing came to help you. It's just like, no, you know, Jesus isn't mythical. He's real, he's alive, and he's in my heart and my mind and my soul. And I don't understand how people don't get so upset. Maybe because violence isn't the answer. But it's upsetting when people don't believe. And it's just, it gets discouraging, I guess. And so it's just like I've kind of just been quiet about my journey with Christ. And I need to not be, because to bring disciples, or not bring disciples, but to bring people back to Christ, I have to share what he's done in my life, because my journey may not be unique to somebody because they've lived through it too. And that's good, because that means that we're not alone in this journey back to Christ, back to God. And it gives us a sense of like hope and community, because, you know, we're not alone. You know, we can go on this journey together. And yeah. So this is why I decided to name the channel that, because it's basically everything that I'm doing this year and hopefully for the rest of my life to better myself, better my mind, my soul, and my body back to Christ. And yeah, um, thank you guys so much for watching. And any comments or advice, I am open to anything, because, like I said, I am just rambling. And thank you. I love you guys. Have a good day.